Hey there, and welcome to another episode. I'm actually starting to get a little bit less tense in front of the camera, so that's how's that for progression? Let's phrase it like that. Anyway, just a little heads up. I've decided to from now on include my RISE documentations, meaning. As you might know, RISE is a program where you can see kind of how much time you've spent on a specific task that you, of course, need to predefine beforehand. But yeah, I just thought it would be nice to include this one. I've already talked a little bit about it in the first video. Like I'm using RISE apart from Amazing Marvin and Google Calendar to kind of structure my week, respectively my days, but it's not that I'm not that consistent in terms of using Marvin, respectively Google Calendar, but with RISE. So I thought that now that I'm kind of a little bit into it, kind of know what's going on, I kind of have a little bit of a structure related to using this program. I might as well include it in my weekly review sessions. So yeah, that's just what's gonna happen at the end of this video. I'm just gonna talk a little bit about it. Well, anyway, you know how this goes. I'll just move on to the Obsidian documentation of this week, and yeah, let's see if anything has changed or if I've made a little bit of progress. So we are once again back in Obsidian, namely the overview of that week. Namely, or more specifically, the 30th January until the 5th February, which is today, Sunday. So let's just go into it. Anyway, the aspects are general life planning. As you can see, there's still no milestones respectively goes thus far. I have yet to define them, and as I've already mentioned beforehand, I'll get to this later on when I'm more content with, or just like when it's become a really natural thing for me to do, to just document everything. My habits. Yeah, this week was not that good, just like the weeks before. Like I stood up at the earliest was like 10 a.m. I'm a little bit of night owl currently, and I really would like to change that. But yeah, it's, you know how it goes this week. This like the latest was 2 p.m. Jeez. Anyway, nothing too spectacular on that front in terms of progression. Yeah, clean room. Once again, the room was really clean throughout the week. Unluckily, or rather, from time to time the desk was a little bit messy because I had all these sheets laying around, like preparing for the exams and so on. But other than that, it was fine, and I'm quite pleased with that. I definitely do think that my documenting it has helped me get a better grasp on that part of my life. So yeah, clean room once again went quite well. Now for the health aspect, as you can see, I've completed one full routine. Unluckily enough, like, it's a little bit of a shame that I haven't completed a second one. Just as I've like wanted to, but it's fine. At least I did some sports. I did stretch 2 times, and so I'm content with that. Of course, as already mentioned a few times beforehand, I'd like to change. I'd like to have a little bit back. It would be maybe nice to have a little bit of a bigger progression, but that's just how it goes. And I can definitely see that it's an upward trajectory, so I'm fine with that. Anyway, moving on to the diets. This was actually really, really good. I've had a clean diet through the whole week, except for one day, namely Friday, where I drank an energy drink. So that's not that nice, but other than that, like, perfectly fine. I really stuck to my diet, except that I sometimes skipped the breakfast or like skip the main meal because, well, I woke up that late. I stood up that late, actually. I mean, I'm usually waking up a few hours earlier than that and falling asleep again. So, yeah. Anyway, regarding my maid, yeah, on the first day I've written down that I'm really stressed out over the upcoming exam. I'm not that stressed out anymore because, well, spoiler alert, I've kind of procrastinated on it, and I've decided to take another exam date. So yeah, well, that's another that's not that big of a deal right now. Anyway, the general reflection which I've written down today, or reflected today, overall I'm feeling quite good. A little bit anxious about the upcoming weeks due to my being back into the job again, because I've had a little bit of a vacation, like 4 or 5 weeks. I've decided not to work because I had many exams to do for university, and I wanted to use my the weeks that I've accumulated of vacation for that matter. But anyway, like starting on from tomorrow, I'll have to work 20 hours again each week. So I'll see how this goes, and I see how I'll cope, or rather how I'll deal with my trying to kind of build up an online presence, trying to kind of get this whole YouTube thing going on parallel to other obligations, and more specifically to work. So yeah, I'm a little bit unsure how this is gonna go, but other than that, I'm quite fine. Still got some exams, but these are not that difficult in my opinion. Or rather, I do know that I've got enough time to learn for that before. So yeah, that's so much for that. Alright, so here we are in RISE, the program that I've talked, or rather hinted at a little bit in the beginning. It's a program where I can kind of track my time, and as you can see, I've worked approximately 37 hours this week. Now, just a little disclaimer, it's not that accurate right now, because I'm still getting used to it. I'm still trying to get all the categories kind of right, and yeah, but it gives me a rough idea of how kind of productive, so to speak, I've been this week. As you can see, these are the different work days. Sunday, of course, today, and these are the work categories: documenting, mixing, miscellaneous, and so forth. Memorization. Yeah. So just a little overview about that. Mixing, these two categories refer to my trying to acquire the skill of DJing when I'm working with Rekordbox, or respectively when I'm having a jamming session. Then I usually use mixing as a category tag. And documenting, this is mostly university related stuff, but also when I'm for example watching some interesting videos regarding pieces of knowledge related to DJing, then I'm kind of writing them down and also documenting them. But as I said, these categories are still a little bit undifferentiated, and the accuracy of this will improve the more I use it, and also the more I'm kind of getting this whole system running. Apart from that, yeah, memorization, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. That's like related to university, and as you can see, sometimes these categories are there twice. I think that's due to my using RISE on a second PC, parallel to having this one turned on. That's possibly the case. Of course, it's not noting the time, the time that I spent twice, but like the categories, I don't know. It's just a little bit of a bug, I think, because I remember deleting the second category of mixing twice, and then after a few days it showed up again. But anyway, just to give you a little brief overview about what I'm doing and how my days are generally yeah, turning out in terms of productivity, so to speak. So yeah. Alright, so that's how the week went. As you can see, or rather as you have seen, it's been quite fine in my humble estimation. Even though there's naturally, of course, still a lot of room for improvement, rather grave. I do know that I've managed to keep a consistent diet throughout the week, like a consistently clean diet, except like the one time where I drank an energy drink. My room is really clean, except the desk sometimes, which is a little bit messy. And yeah, the only thing that's still is a recurring theme in terms of news sources is like my standing up too late. But yeah, I'm quite certain that this will get better as time goes on. Anyway, there's still the part of unpredictability about the upcoming weeks, because I've now got to work 20 hours again since my vacation so to speak, ends. But yeah, that's basically how this week went. See you guys next time.